Hello my dear students, myself Miss Vaishali Dekate. Welcome to my channel. I am teaching you mathematics in standard 7. Today we are going to study chapter number 6, indices, practice set 29 and 30. But before that, subscribe my channel by pressing subscribe button at right side to get my recent videos and videos from previous chapters also. Now let's start practice set 29. Question is to simplify, and we have given the sums. We have to simplify them. So for simplifying these types of sums, we have to remember one more law of indices. That law is if a is a non-zero rational number, m and n are integers, then a raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to m multiplied by n is equal to a raised to mn. What does it mean? When there is a one base and two indices, what we have to do? When the single base is there and two indices are there, we have to multiply the indices and write the base one time. So let us see how to solve the sums. Here again I have written that if a is non-zero rational number and m and n are integers, then a raised to m raised to n. One base and two indices, that means is equal to, we have to write the base one time, we have to multiply the indices. Very easy. Now see, simplify. First sum is 15 upon 12 raised to 3 raised to 4. That means one base is there, 15 upon 12, and two indices. So one base and two indices are there. That means what? We have to multiply the indices. Write the base one time and multiply the indices. So here I am going to write the base one time, 15 upon 12, and we will multiply the indices, 3 multiplied by 4, and write the answer of this multiplication. Again base write as it is, 15 upon 12, and 3 4s are 12. In this way I have to solve the sum. Very easy it is. Here again base is 3, two indices are 4 and minus 2. So base we write one time and we will multiply the indices. 4 multiplied by minus 2. Minus is there, so we have to put inside the bracket. Now multiply it 3 one time and its index is 4 2s are 8 and minus sign is there, so I have to put minus sign. 3 raised to minus 8. Then here 1 upon 7 is the base. Two indices are minus 3 multiplied by 4. So 1 upon 7 raised to minus 3 into 4. Minus sign will come and 3 4s are 12. Now see few more sums from this first question. 6 is the base. Two indices are 5 and 4. So multiply. 5 multiplied by 4 we get 5 4s are 20. Next sum, 6 upon 7 is the base. Two indices are 5 into 2. So 6 upon 7, 5 2s are 10. 6 upon 7 is the base, index is 10. 2 upon 3 is the base. Two indices are minus 4 and 5. So minus 4 multiplied by 5, you will be getting 2 upon 3 minus 20. So in this way you have to solve all the sums from question number 1 of practice set 29. In this way you have to solve the sum. Now let us see question number 2. Question 2 is write the following numbers using positive indices. So before solving the sums, let us see one more law of indices, the power of numbers in index form. So when a is any rational number and m is any integer, then a raised to minus m, that means base raised to negative index. When the index is negative, when there is minus sign in the index. So how to write it in the positive sign? We have to write this base in the multiplicative inverse. We have to write the multiplicative inverse of this base, and then you can write the index in positive form. So let us solve the sums. You will get full idea about it. What we have to do? Write the following numbers using positive indices. All the indices are negative, as you all can see, and we have to write it in the positive indices. So how to write it? Equal to, we have to write the multiplicative inverse of the base. Our base is 2 upon 7. What is its multiplicative inverse? It will become 7 upon 2. 7 upon 2, and then this minus will become plus. Same way, next sum, write 11 upon 3 raised to minus 5. 11 upon 3, we have to write the multiplicative inverse of 11 upon 3. What is multiplicative inverse of 11 upon 3? It is 3 upon 11. And then write the index positive. Minus 5 will become plus 5. Very easy it is. 1 upon 6 raised to minus 3. Multiplicative inverse of 1 upon 6 will become 6 upon 1. Minus 3 becomes plus 3. Now see children, when 1 is there in the denominator, mostly we don't write it. So it is only 6. 6 raised to 3. Then next sum is y raised to minus 4. Only y means what is its multiplicative inverse? Only y means always 1 is there in the denominator. You all know that now. So y upon 1, its multiplicative inverse will become 1 upon y. And then give this positive sign to the index, it becomes plus 4. So in this way you can write the negative indices into positive form by writing the multiplicative inverse of base, and complete the practice set 29. So we have seen two more laws of indices in this practice set. First law is a raised to m raised to n, that means one base and two indices. Then it is equal to a raised to m multiplied by n, that means base we write one time and we multiply the indices. When one base, two indices are there, we have to multiply the indices. Second law we have seen, when there is negative index, a raised to minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. We have to write the multiplicative inverse of the base and we can write positive index. So a raised to minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. Children, there are two more laws of indices which we have not used in this practice set, which we have not applied in the practice set. So let us see those two more laws. First one is a upon b raised to m, that means two bases and one index, there is division of the bases. So how to write? A raised to m divided by b raised to m. For example, 5 upon 7 raised to 9 means what? 5 raised to 9 upon 7 raised to 9. Second, a multiplied by b raised to m is equal to a raised to m multiplied by b raised to m. That means there is the multiplication of two different bases and one index is there. So we have to give the index both the bases and there is multiplication. That means, for example, 6 multiplied by 9 raised to 2, that means what? 6 raised to 2 multiplied by 9 raised to 2. So in this way we have studied 6 laws of indices in this lesson. Let us see next practice set. Practice set 30, find the square root of given numbers. Now see children, in SCF and LCM chapter number 3 we have seen how to find the factors, prime factors, in vertical method also and in horizontal method also. So we are going to solve it by both the methods. I will show you by both the methods. Practice set 30, find the square root of. See children, in the third chapter SCF and LCM we have seen how to find the prime factors, how to factorize the given numbers, and then you all have solved these types of sums. So we have seen vertical factorization also and horizontal factorization also. So I will be showing you by vertical method, or we can solve it by horizontal method also. It is up to you how you are going to solve. So first we are going to find out the prime factors of 625. 625, 5 is in the unit place, so 2 cannot be the factor of 625. Let us see, can 3 be the factor? 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 5 13. 13 is not there in the table of 3, that means 3 is also not the factor. So directly we can divide it by 5. 5 is there in the unit place, so you can divide it by 5. Write the quotient here. 5 ones are 5. 6 minus 5, 1 remaining. 1 and this 2 means 12. 5 twos are 10 and 5 fives are 25. Then again we can divide it by 5. 5 twos are 10, 5 fives are 25. Again we can divide it by 5. 5 fives are 25. Again it can be divided by 5. 5 ones are 5. So prime factor you all have solved properly, and I have explained to you all. I don't need to explain it again and again, but still I am explaining. Therefore 625 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. So we are getting two pairs of these numbers 2 times. So how to write in the square root? Square root of 625 we have to find out. So write it in the square root symbol. In place of 2 5s we write it 1 time. Again in place of 2 5s we will be writing it 1 time. So square root of 625 is 5 5s are 25. So we have to make the pair of two same numbers, and then you can write in, while writing the square root you have to write it 1 time. First make the pair of two same numbers, and when we put it in the symbol form you have to write these numbers 1 time. Always keep this in mind for writing the square root of this. So make the pair of the same number 2 times and then write the answer. Now let us see the next sum. Next is 1225. 1225. See, again 5 is there in the unit place. So let us see how to find the prime factors. 1225. Find out the prime factors of these numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 10. So again it is not divisible by 3, and 2 we cannot divide it by 2 because 5 is there in the unit place. So let us directly divide it by 5. 5 2s are 10. 12 minus 10, 2 remaining. Then this 2 is 22. 5 4s are 20. And then 5 5s are 25. Now you all should know how to do it orally, how to do it in your mind, because we all have done it in 3rd chapter. So do it orally, do it in your mind. Do the division in the mind and write the quotient here. Now again we can divide it by 5. 5 4s are 20, 5 9s are 45. Now 49, from 49 only we can get the idea by which number it will be divisible by. It is divisible by 7. 7 7s are 49. Then 7 is divisible by 7. 7 1s are 7. So in this way 1 2 2 5's factors are 5 into 5 into 7 into 7. So we are getting pair of these same numbers 2 times. Now write it in the symbol form. 1 2 2 5 is equal to 5 1 time, 7 1 time, and therefore 1 2 2 5 is equal to 5 7s are 35. In this way we can get the answer of these sums. Third sum 289. See children, 9 is there in the unit place, means this number is not divisible by 2. Let us see, is it divisible by 3? Add all the digits. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 9 is 19. 19 is not there in the table of 3. That means it is not divisible by 3. Then it is not divisible by 4, 5, because 9 is there in the unit place. So let us keep on finding out, is it divisible by 6, 7, 8, 9? No, it is directly divisible by 17. It directly comes in the table of 17. 17 17s are 289 and 17 1s are. It is not there in any other table. So 289 is equal to 17 into 17, and therefore square root of 289, we have got the pair 1 time. So instead of writing 2 times, answer we have to write 1 times 17. So 289 is the square root of 289 is 17. So in this way you have to write the answer. Now let us see next sum. Fourth sum 4096. 6 is there in the unit place. That means this number is divisible by 2. So divided by 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 zeros are 0. 2 4s are 8. 9 minus 8, 1 remaining. This 6 means 16. 2 8s are 16. Again 8 is there in the unit place. Again we can divide it by 2. So 2 1s are 2. 2 zeros are 0. 2 2s are 4. And 2 4s are 8. Again 4 is there in the unit place. Again it is divisible by 2. So 2 5s are 10. 2 1s are 2. 2 2s are 4. Again 2 is in the unit place. We have to divide it by 2. 2 2s are 4, 5 minus 4, 1 remaining, this one means 11, 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are, 2 5s are 10, 11 minus 10, 1 remaining, and then this 2 means 12, 2 6 are 12. Now 6 is there in the unit place, that means again 2 will come, we have to divide by 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 5 minus 4, 1 remaining, this 6 means 16, 2 8s are 16, again we can divide by 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 4s are 8. From 64 we get the idea, it is the square of 8. So you can directly write 8, 8s are 64 and 8 1s are 8. But those who are not understanding, they can again divide it by 2 because 4 is in the unit place. So again we can divide it by 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. Again we can divide it by 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12. Again divide by 2, 2 8s are 16. Again divide by 2, 2 4s are 8. Again divide by 2, 2 2s are 4. Again divide by 2, 2 1s are 2. So we have to divide till 1 comes here in the last step. So now write all these factors for 4096. Therefore 4096 is equal to, how many times 2 we are getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 times 2. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Now make the pair of 2 2. Okay, so this is one pair, this is second pair, this is third pair, this is fourth, this is fifth, and this is sixth. 6 time pair we are getting. Put it in the square root symbol and then write 1 time. 6 time pair we are getting, that means 2 we are to write in here 2 times. Sorry, not 2 times, 6 times. In place of these 2 2s we have to write 1 time. In place of these 2 2s we have to write 1 time. So in this way we are going to write it as 6 times. So now write the answer. Therefore square root of 4096 is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64. So square root of 4096 is 64. In this way solve the sum. Now last sum, let us see. 1089. 1089, 9 is there in the unit place, so it is not divisible by 2. Let us see, is it divisible by 3? 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 8 is 9, 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 is there in the table of 3, that means it is divisible by 3. 3 3s are 9. 10 minus 9, 1 remaining, 8 means 18, 3 6 are 18, and again 3 3s are 9. Again 3 is in the unit place, we can divide it by 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3. 121, 121 comes in which table? 11, directly in the table of 11. 11 1s are 11, 11 1s are 11, and 11 1s are 11. So in this way the factors of 1089 is equal to 3 into 3 multiplied by 11 into 11. Now write the square root symbol. 1089 is equal to, we are getting 3 pair 1 time, 11's pair 1 time, so 3 into 11, and therefore square root of 1089 is equal to 33. So in this way try to solve most of the sums and find out the square root. Take any number and try to find out the square root of the numbers by applying the factorization method.
Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.